The European Union's capitulation has even shocked Americans. Commenting on the outcome of this round of US-EU gamesmanship, White House official Sebastian Gorka celebrated the US victory in a high-profile manner, making no secret of his disdain for the EU. Gorka claimed that even though he had known Trump for 10 years, he still found it hard to believe that the America First policy could make the EU submit so bluntly. He mocked that the EU had completely submitted to the United States and promised Trump that it would accept a 15% tariff. Gorka also boasted that Trump was plotting a global geopolitical strategic shift that would affect the world for 100 years, and anyone who failed to understand this was an idiot. As the senior director for counterterrorism at the U.S. National Security Council, Gorka's words were so arrogant that he ignored the various setbacks the United States had encountered in domestic and foreign affairs over a period of time. Why do people like Gorka have such audacity? It's all thanks to America's many incompetent allies. Just this past weekend, Trump met with European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, and the two sides then finalized a US-EU trade agreement. Under the deal, most EU exports to the United States will face a 15% tariff, while US goods will be exempt from tariff retaliation. In addition, over the next 3 years, the EU must invest $600 billion in the United States and, as per Trump's demands, purchase $750 billion worth of US energy. It can be said that this time, Trump has thoroughly fleeced the EU. Regarding this outcome, Ursula von der Leyen defended it by saying that this was already the best possible result. However, such an outcome has shocked many EU member states. France, in particular, reacted fiercely. French Prime Minister François Bayrou accused the United States of engaging in blatant coercion and expressed anger at the EU's surrender. He believes that the signing of the US-EU agreement marks the darkest hour for Europe. Marine Le Pen, a French right-wing politician, went even further, stating bluntly that this unequal treaty signifies Europe's total defeat, and France has completely surrendered in various fields such as energy, industry, and military. German business circles also strongly criticized the US-EU agreement. Data shows that with the imposition of US tariffs, Germany's automotive industry is already facing losses of €10 billion this year, and the cash flow of German automakers will shrink significantly. As the EU's largest manufacturing economy, Germany is about to face difficulties in economic growth. The International Monetary Fund has even predicted that Germany may become the only country in the G7 with stagnant economic growth. The outcry across Europe clearly shows the consequences of kneeling and surrendering to the United States. However, the United States' coercive tactics have no effect on China. Trump can now only consider changing his approach and having a good talk with China. China and the United States have held a new round of economic and trade talks in Stockholm. In light of the actual situation, the United States has actually been continuously adjusting its stance. Since Trump stirred up troubles in April, Washington seems to have been toning down its rhetoric. The United States has softened its attitude on issues such as chip exports, and insiders believe that the United States has essentially suspended its restrictive measures. Meanwhile, Trump has even signaled his desire to visit China. Judging from all these developments, the United States has already realized that threats will not work. Faced with the pressure tactics from the United States, the European Union, which boasts 27 member states, quickly succumbed and even became an object of ridicule by White House officials. In contrast, Trump is in an awkward position when dealing with China, forcing the United States to adopt a different tone.